the hastening in the reappearance of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam, recite the salawat. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah al-Ali al-Azim. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel, ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, bari'il khalaiq ajma'een, fatir as-samawati wal ardeen, ba'ith al-anbiya'i wal mursaleen, wa sallallahu wa sallama wa baraka ala nabiyyina wa qurrata aynina المبعوث رحمة للعالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us the tawfiq and opportunity that alhamdulillah we could mourn and participate in the ceremonies that was held for commemoration of the anniversary of martyrdom of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that not to make this Muharram month the last Muharram month of our lives. And inshallah we hope that every year we can participate more than before and serve the Imam Hussein alayhi salam and to help people understand the reality of this movement and revolution of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and the beauties and the secrets of this movement and revolution. As I said in the last session, in fact it is very difficult to speak of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, because the more we learn about Imam Hussein alayhi salam, the more we are bewildered by him. It is like that we are small, insignificant speck on the shores of massive ocean, and we try to grasp and to take a little water to drink. The stage of Imam Hussein alayhi salam before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like an ocean, massive ocean, and we are like those insignificant speck on the shore of ocean. But we don't have other choice. Let's try to shed a little light on one of the aspects of Imam Hussein alayhi salam's life and his revolution and movement. That in fact and undoubtedly this movement of Imam Hussein alayhi salam changed the history of Islam and transformed the history of Islam. Because we see that Imam Hussein alayhi salam's movement has some peculiarities and a special characteristic inside that make this movement a kind of distinctive movement. It surely differs from other movements. One of the important aspects of Imam Hussein alayhi salam's movement that I want to touch this session by the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the issue of free will that was manifested in Imam Hussein alayhi salam's invitation toward war against cruelty. As you know, free will is one of the topics and subjects that was discussed and is discussed and will be discussed for many centuries, theologically, philosophically, historically, and it has lots of tremendous impact on theoretical discussions and also practical life of people. For example, in the theology, as you know, the arguments and the conflicts between Mu'tazilites and Ash'arites, they had a great conflict on the problem of free will, that whether human beings possess free will or not, or are we determined regarding our destiny or not? Can we achieve the future that we want, or we are forced to attain something that God has chosen for us? This was a question that was discussed, and that was a case of discussion and debate for centuries, and it is still the case of discussion and debate. We don't want to enter this discussion theologically because it needs a theology lesson in class. But tonight we want to focus on one of the aspects of free will that is related to the movement of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Sometimes we need to mention some comparisons between Imam Hussein alayhi salam and some other famous personalities that were influential in the history, in the Muslim history. Although we know that we cannot compare anyone to the household of Prophet. Why? Because as Imam Ali alayhi salam stated, لا يقاس بآل محمد أحد. Do not compare anyone to the household of Prophet. By household we mean the infallible Imams, not all children of Prophet, not all relatives of Prophet. Here the Al Muhammad, the household of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has a technical meaning and is specified to some special people. They are infallible, they are divinely inspired men and women, like Lady Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha, and the Imams, infallible Imams. And we do not compare, but sometimes we don't have any choice but to mention some examples that happened in the history, and then compare it to the movement that Imam Hussein alayhi salam had, and then make a conclusion that why this movement became so much influential in history. When Muslims could make the African countries and invited them to Islam, and the majority of Africa continent became Muslims, they started to fight against European countries. One of the countries that Muslims could conquer was Spain, Andalus. And the famous figure in this history is Tariq ibn Ziyad. Tariq ibn Ziyad was the commander of the Muslim army, Muslim forces in the battle between Muslims and Spain. And that is why the strait that is famous, Strait of Tariq, Jabal al-Tariq, this is because of this man. He was a famous warrior and commander of the Muslim forces. And when they went from Africa to Spain, and they just entered Spain, the Tariq ordered that all the ships should be sank in the water of sea. And they should throw all their equipments and foods in the sea. So the Muslims know, the Muslim soldiers know that there is no way for run back to their home, to their country. And then he said, if you want food, if you want freedom, you have to go through this Spain, and you have to kill people, and you have to conquer the country. You have two choices: either you are killed or you have to kill. And that was one of the reasons that Muslims could conquer Spain, because the soldiers did not have any other choice. This is an example that happened in the history. Actually, that was an important accomplishment that Muslims could achieve. But why this kind of conquer is not that much influential? For example, if the Muslims in a country, they want to start a movement and revolution against cruelty, they don't say our role model is Tariq ibn Ziyad. But we see that in most of the cases of revolutions and movements and complaints against cruelty, the role model is Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Now the question of free will comes forward and shows itself and manifests itself in the Imam Hussein alayhi salam's movement. How? We see that when Imam set out and embarked on his trip to Karbala, on his journey to Karbala, in several cases and in several situations, he reminded people that I am not going to force you to come with me. You come with your free will, by your free will. When he wanted to go to Karbala, he said, whoever comes with us, we will give him his food, his equipment, and whoever wants to leave us, it is up to him. And even one of the companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam that was with Imam Hussein alayhi salam until the end of the battle of the war of Karbala, before the war was started, he said to Imam Hussein alayhi salam, oh my commander, oh my Imam, I will stay with you until the last moments of this fighting, of this unfair fighting and war. But if I saw that at the end you are losing the war and you are going to be defeated, then I will leave you. Imam Hussein alayhi salam did not say, how you dare to do that? What will you answer to my grandfather Rasulullah? Imam Hussein alayhi salam said, do you have horse to go? He said, yes, O Imam, I put my horse in the back of, I tied my horse in the back of tents so the arrows of enemy does not hit the horse. Yes, I can run from this battle. Imam Hussein alayhi salam said, it's up to you. If you can go, go. This is the example. One of the person, and this person until the end of his life was feeling pity and remorse that why I have chosen life over death, because the death was with Imam al-Hussein, and that my death could be a martyrdom for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But why I chose life over death in this situation? There are other examples that also Imam Hussein alayhi salam in those situations also he gave the option of being with Imam or going to their homes. It is famous at the night of Ashura when Imam Hussein alayhi salam gathered all the companions, those companions that were faithful, those companions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He Himself describes, رِجَالٌ صَدَقُوا مَا آهَدُوا اللَّهَ عَلَيْهِ فَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ قَضَى نَحْبَهُ وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَنْتَظِرُ وَمَا بَدَّلُوا تَبْدِيلًا. There are some faithful men of God that they accept and they remain faithful to the covenant that they made with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some of them are died and killed, and some of them are alive, but they will not change their decisions. They are determined to follow the path of God. That is why when Imam Hussein alayhi salam said, this night is a good time for running from the battlefield. You can go to your home. These enemies do not want anyone but me. If they kill me, they won't do anything to you. You can go. And Imam Hussain said this night time is a good time. اتخذوه جملا. Use this time, the darkness of night, to go to your home and to leave the battlefield. But the companions of Imam, one by one, answered. Habib ibn Mazahir said something. He said, "Oh Imam, we go home to live after you? To be alive after you? Woe be to the life that is without Hussein. Woe be to the bounties and pleasures without Hussein, without you." The other, Muslim ibn Usajah, stood up and said, "Oh Imam, if these enemies kill us 1,000 times and then God give us a new life, we will again sacrifice ourselves for you." And then Imam Hussein alayhi salam started to deliver a sermon that was a famous sermon in Karbala. And he said, "Wallahi inni la a'lamu ashaban awfa wa abar min ashabi." I do not know. When Imam alayhi salam said, "I do not know," inni la a'lam, it means that the companions of other prophets, the companions of other imams cannot reach the virtues and the values that the companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam attained. This is the word of Imam. Inni la a'lamu ashaban. I do not know any companion more faithful than mine. And then Imam Hussein alayhi salam encouraged them and said to them that now when you choose the akhirah and the hereafter over this transitory, insignificant dunya and world, then I want to tell you and congratulate you that you will be in the paradise tonight, guaranteed by Imam. You will be in paradise. And this is the duty of Imam alayhi salam, because when you want to invite people first, you should not force them, but you have to tell them that what will be the result of this war. That is why Imam Hussain alayhi salam informed them. He said that if you want to go, you are free. I don't have any allegiance over you. I took away my allegiance from you. You can go, but know that if you remain, your reward is none other than paradise. That is why in the day of Ashura, also the companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam were doing their best to fight until the last drop of their blood. When Imam Hussein alayhi salam was loving these companions too much, whenever one of them was falling down, Imam would go and hug him. Even he put his face on the face of his slave. This is the conduct of Imam Hussein alayhi salam towards his companions. But once, and at the end of battle, that all companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam were killed, Imam Hussein alayhi salam looked at the battlefield and saw that there is no one remained. At that time, before this, let me tell you this also. This is also one of those sentences that really breaks heart. When some of these Sahaba were still alive, Imam Hussein alayhi salam saw them and said, "Ya ma'ashir al-Muslimin wa ya usbat al-mu'minin." إن هذه الجنة قد فتحت أبوابها واتسلت أنهارها وتزينت قصورها وتألفت ولدانها وحورها. O my faithful companions, O true Muslims, this is paradise that became ready for you to welcome you. You are going to paradise. Then Imam continued, وَهَذَا جَدِّي رَسُولُ اللَّهِ وَهَذَا أَبِي أَمِيرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَهَذِهِ أُمِّي فَاطِمَةٌ يَتَوَقَّعُونَ قُدُومَكُمْ وَيَتَبَاشَرُونَ بِكُمْ. This is my grandfather, Rasulullah, in the paradise. This is my father, Imam Ali. This is my mother, Lady Fatima Zahra. They are waiting for you in the paradise to welcome you. Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah wa ala al-arwah allati hallat bifna'i عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم. Let's say these salams together. Assalamu ala al-Hussain wa ala Ali ibn al-Hussain wa ala awlad al-Hussain wa ala ashab al-Hussain. When Imam and after all companions were killed and they were fell down on the battlefield of Karbala, Imam looked at their beheaded bodies and called them, Ya Abtal al-Safa wa Ya Fursan al-Hijah. قوموا عن نومتكم أيها الكرام. Oh my faithful companions, stand up and help me now. Don't you see that I am alone in this battlefield, in this desert? Some of the Maqatil said that when Imam said these words and sentences and called upon them, these beheaded bodies started moving and shivering on the ground. They meant that, Ya Aba Abdullah, we are not alive. We wish we had life again, that we could come and help you again. And then Imam said, Oh my faithful companions, you are not asleep to wake up, and you did not go to travel, to journey to come and help me. The death separated between me and you. And then when Imam saw that nobody is going to help him, then said, Ya Zaynab, Ya Kulthum, Ya Rubab, alaykunna minni salam. Oh my sister Zaynab, oh my wife and children, come here to bid a farewell. All children came, the lady Zaynab came. One of the children would say, Baba, ruddana ila haram jaddina Rasulullah. Oh Father, please send us back to the Medina of Rasulullah, to the city of Rasulullah. Imam Hussein said, لَوْ تُرِكَ الْقَطَى لَنَا. Oh my daughter, if they leave us alone, we would go together, but they do not allow us. One of them say, Father, oh Father, who will take care of us in this desert? Who will take care of us in this desert? And then Imam Hussein alayhi salam bid farewell to all his family and children and went by his horse to the battlefield, but he heard the voice of his sister Zainab, Mahalan, Mahala, Yabna Zahra. Imam Hussein alayhi salam turned back and said, sister, why did you come to battlefield? Go back to the tents. Lady Zainab said, I was shy to ask you in front of children. Tell me, will you come back again to the tents or not? Imam said, no, sister. Imam did not say anything directly, but he moved his head. He meant that you won't see me again unless except my head on the spear. ما توهمت يا شقيق فؤادي كان هذا مقدرا مكتوبا ألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. For the hastening in the reappearance of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam, recite 3 loud salawat.